Yo, one of the most dangerous things about being single is that you start to like it. You get tired of all the bullshit. You don't be want to deal with nobody.
Man, we might be the last ones getting married for real. So I went back home the other day and I was talking to one of my young boys. And keep in mind, he like 16. He like, yeah, bruh, I done gave up on that shit a long time ago. I'm like, gave up on what? He talking about relationships, trying to get married, all of that. He told me his plan was to get a really, really fine baby mama so he could just hit her forever. He said, because you know, you can always hit your baby mama. And I said, yeah. And I was like, he young, he gonna grow out of that. But I was like, let me hear him out. Basically what he said, and he had a very good point. He was like, he feel like he ain't turned right now. So he was like, if he get a girl and he locked in, she just gonna cheat on him with the right dude, which is turned. He was like, when he gets there, when he finally gets his money and figures himself out and all that, she's only gonna be around for that. That if he didn't even have all that shit, she wouldn't even look his way. I was like, damn, he ahead of the curve. But I tried to talk him out of it. I tried to persuade him. I was like, hey, look at me and my girl. I met her in college. I was in a dorm, eating at the calf, no car, walking to work. And she held it down. She was still fucking with me, and we came up together. And he was like, yeah, bro, you might have found a unicorn, but I don't want to take them chances. He said, if I want to play with those type of odds, I could just put in a 30-leg parlay. Damn.
That nigga got a point.
Now you know it's bad when we got teenage boys that are 16 talking about they giving up on that a long time ago. Like, how long you been dating, man? Oh man, the West is cooked. Let's get into it. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rome, back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. And as you can see, the background is different again because I am currently in Cologne, Germany. I will be here for a couple of weeks and then I will be headed back to the States to recharge for a couple of months. Because to be honest with you guys, I got a little bit of travel burnout. Plus, there's a few things I wanted to do back home. But today I got a video for you guys that came from a woman on Facebook, and it was making the rounds because it kept popping up on my feed. And this woman was pretty much going on a rant as to why men are checking out, and some of you guys would prefer to it as MGTOW. And you know, also some guys are doing what I'm doing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
I'm going to be a totally 110%. I think I didn't find my husband yet because all the women expectations is really having the men go into a hole. Because who the hell is y'all to say y'all want a man that make $500,000 a year? They hide because of y'all unrealistic ass expectations. Send me somebody that got enough to make sure that I got lights on, water running, I'm smiling, and we eating. Y'all asking for the most. Y'all want a man to buy y'all a boat. I can't even say it right. Y'all want a man to buy y'all a boat, a yacht, and a crib, and pay for your kids' schooling, your desires, your kids' desires. Like that shit. You hear how unrealistic that shit sound? This how a lot of y'all women sound. Ridiculous. That's why we ain't got nobody yet, because y'all scaring them into a damn hole. Please separate me from everybody else. Husband, come find me. You ain't gotta make $500K for me. You could make $500. If you can make that shit work all year and I'm eating, I'm good.
Now, obviously, I believe she was exaggerating when she said $500 a year. So before y'all go all crazy in the comments, chill out. I'm pretty sure that was an exaggeration. If anything, I will argue somewhere along the like $5K a month would be a lot more reasonable. But yeah, she's actually referring, and I can't remember what show it was on, what podcast it on, but it was a woman demanding that a man make $500K a year, and this woman wasn't even holding down the job herself. So I can understand where she's coming from, and I can see the frustration. However, this is a problem that I'm seeing in the West, is that there's not enough women like her who don't think like those women holding those women accountable. So instead, what they do, they come on these platforms and they speak directly to men and say, well, I don't want to use the term pick me like how women do, but basically that's kind of what she's doing, so to speak. Not in the negative way like women said, but you understand what I'm saying when she says separate herself from those other women, because she doesn't want to be seen like those women, so that way she can get the man that she desires. But the unrealistic expectations is one of the reasons why men are checking out. And because here's what women need to understand about men is like, if you're gonna make relationships and marriage transactional, men are going to act accordingly. That's why you're starting to see more men willing to pay for box. Seems to be the same reason why more women are okay with selling box or doing OF and things of that nature. You're starting to see this become more of a thing, and I think part of it is due to the transactional dating culture that we have in the West. Let's keep it moving.
This is what I need to know. Who taught you how to be a prostitute? Who taught you or is teaching you how to be a prostitute? Why do you think that you need to sell yourself? You need to sell your time. You need to sell your body. You need to sell your throat. You need to sell your box. You need to sell your vaginal canal. Like, who taught you how to be a prostitute? He can't talk to me unless he cash at me. Huh? He can't take me on a date unless he cash at me. Huh? Well, if I'm giving it up to him, shouldn't he be paying for something? Prostitution. Who taught you how to get the fuck out of here?
Yeah. Who's they?
Women's Studies departments.
Well, I think communists have taken over our whole system. I think they've taken over the university system. They've taken over the media for sure. They push promiscuity, degeneracy as liberation.
Yeah, you notice how the younger girls was just like this, nodding, and the other one over here looking off into the distance like she ain't paying attention. See, y'all younger women, y'all indulge in that. That's the reason why y'all ain't got too much to say. Y'all got real quiet when she started saying that. I want to show this clip to you guys because, well, several clips actually of exactly why men are checking out. Because there's multiple reasons, but I want y'all to see this very next clip, and you're gonna understand why I call women walking contradictions, man. Oh my God, check this out.
So I went on a first date and a car was about to hit me and he grabbed me and pulled me away.
That's awesome. It sounds like he's a really good man.
And I don't know why, but that just gave me the ick.
It gave you the ick that a man pulled you out from in front of a car that was about to hit you? What?
Because it's literally the first date. Why are you so obsessed with me?
So this man pulled you from in front of a car so that you wouldn't be hit, and that means he's obsessed with you?
Like, it was just so desperate.
Wait, and now we're calling men desperate that come to the protection of women? What?
And it's like, play it cool.
Well, gentlemen, you heard it here first. Playing it cool means allowing women to be injured and hurt and hit by cars, because if you don't, you'll be seen as desperate and obsessed. What kind of delusional world are we living in? One day, women are screaming and yelling that men are standing by and letting something happen to a woman, and the next day they're calling it delusional and obsessed for wanting to help. This isn't okay. We're pushing men to a point where they're just going to walk away from doing anything right in the society that would help women because of this type of narrative. Oh, Lord, I am sorry, men. You deserve so much better than this. Have the day you deserve. Bye.
Now, if you were a man and you kept being told that men don't protect anymore, and then you go on a first date and your date almost get hit by a car, and you do what women claim men are supposed to be fucking doing, and then she says, it gave me the ick. Yo, like I'm look, man. I'm sorry, you guys, because I know some guys say I talk too slow and I'm pausing too much, but this shit irritates the hell out of me, man. For what it seems to be like, as long as I've been running this channel, I hear women over and over again talk about how they're not protected and men don't protect anymore. But then in a situation like this, it gives you the ick. Cause I'm like the manicure mom. What we supposed to let you do? Get hit by a damn car? Because if he would have let you get hit by a car, then you know what everybody would have said. Why come he wasn't there to protect her? Why come he didn't get her out of the way? That would have been the first thing that came out of people's mouths, especially women. I got another example for you guys. Check this.
Every day, since we moved in together, I have woken up to a text message that says, "Good morning, my love. I hope you have an amazing day." The only day I don't get this is on Sunday because he's off. Also, every morning he kisses me on my forehead. It's not anything crazy, but it's like enough to not wake me up too much, but just a little bit to know, like, I love you. So what did I get this morning? Absolutely nothing. Not a text message, not a kiss, not a phone call, not a notification, not a pat on the shoulder. Who hurt you? What did I do to you? Are we fighting? Are you mad at me? Do you not love me anymore? Are we not married? Are we divorced?
Where's the heck to a girl when you need her? No, in all seriousness, it's not because he just suddenly doesn't love you. It's most likely because he was stressed or running late, but there is a slight chance that maybe he's upset at you. And if that's the case, the best question to ask yourself is not what have you done to him, it's what haven't you been doing for him. Damn, maybe we do need to heck to a girl.
All I want to know is that if you sexing your man every day and then for out of the blue for some reason you just stop doing it, is it okay for that man to have that same energy that you have for your man over a damn good morning kiss? And like, come on, man. This is exactly what I'm talking about when I keep telling you guys, man. Women act like men have no room for error. Meanwhile, they want all the fucking grace in the world because they know they gonna fuck up. What man wants to be in a relationship like that, ladies? Where everything is a man's fault all the damn time. I can't correct you or hold you accountable for anything. What the fuck make y'all think men want to deal with that? No man wants to deal with that. That shit is a fucking headache. And honestly, me myself, I kind of got this idea in my head like, well, hell shit, if everything is a man's fault, I shouldn't be in a relationship. Men shouldn't be in relationships then. Based on women's logic, which we know is not logic, but y'all know I'm just being a smart ass. Let's keep it moving. I got some more for you.
I just watched over an hour and a half of a live, a singles live, where the men and women get together to see if anybody makes a love connection. And I am watching the women in the comment section repeat the same thing. They all are saying, a lot, not all, that they are never approached by men. Don't matter how they dress, where they go. These women lived in different cities, different ages, different races, different careers, different body types, different looks. Everything is different, but they share the same story. Men are not approaching me. I have a question for the ladies. Are y'all approachable? I want y'all to stop and think about something. That in today's world, the men not only have to worry about the rejection of you saying no, they've always been afraid of rejection, but they have been brave enough to push through that fear because they want women, right? But nowadays, they have to be extra careful because they could be labeled as a stalker, thirsty, sassy. They could be labeled as somebody who's harassing me. These men are not only afraid of rejection, but now they are afraid of charges, baby, because it's hard to date out here. Men are crazy. Women are crazy. I understand why everybody got their guard up. But ladies, I ask you again, are you approachable? Do you look like a woman that this man should want to get to know? Are you automatically judging a book by their cover? Are you smiling? And I know y'all hate when men tell y'all that. Do you know how to spark up a conversation but leave space for him to lead? Do y'all know how to do that? Some of that might be why y'all are not being approached. Are you going out in groups of women? That's intimidating for some men. Are you on your phone the entire time? These are all questions that y'all really need to ask yourself. Ladies, if you are single and ready to mingle, are you making yourself approachable? And approachable don't mean you outside naked, dressed in heels every day. Approachable just means, are you giving the signal that you want to be talked to? Y'all answer in the comments. I want to know. Hello, Nari. Welcome in.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, but I did have a question for you.
Yes.
So, I'm watching quite a bit of your content, and I know like you've seen a couple of like little slightly delusional people talking about how they want to marry a millionaire and all of that, not fully understanding what those requirements are. So for me, I'm not like aspiring to marry a millionaire or anything like that, but like now we're in a space where it's like dating is really crazy. You know, you have a lot of men, unfortunately, a lot of black men that are not so much that they don't want to commit. A lot of them actually don't want to commit, but they just can't. Like financially, anybody that wants to look at the data, you can go on the United States Census, and most black men in America do not make enough money to have a family. And on top of that, just cost of living, it continues to rise. So for me, I would just like to get some advice for you on different steps that I could take. So I can tell you just what I've been doing so far. I've been taking classes in how to critique art and how to interpret art. This is basically my workload. I actually cleaned up really well. I could show you some photos, but this is just me like after work. I've also been like looking at different galas. And so for me, outside of those like controlled environments, I would just like to know from you, like let's say it's like after work or like after work hours or after hours, like in New York City area. And I think you are from New York too, because I hear in your accent, you know, I have it too. So that's why I'm saying it's familiar.
So I'm extra heavy, okay?
Yeah. Are you from Harlem, by the way?
I am from Harlem, absolutely.
See, I know it. It would just be helpful just to get a sense of like where to go, like where to actually apply all of that good information.
What area of New York do you work in, if you don't mind sharing? You don't have to say 34th Street, but what area?
I work in FIDI.
You work in?
I work in pharma and media, and I work in financial district.
No. Meaning like, do you work in Tribeca, Wall Street, that kind of?
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, FIDI Financial District. That's near Wall Street.
Oh, financial district. Okay. Oh, girl, you're surrounded by them. You should not have an issue.
So but it's like where? Because not to me, there's a difference between like the educated black man and like creepy old white guy.
Nari, you said. Wait. You said you're attracting creepy old white.
I'm not attracting creepy old white, but I'm just saying, like for example, so I went to go do a tour at an Equinox, and the Equinox on Wall Street has like mostly like middle-aged white guys, like over middle-aged, like as old as like my dad.
Yeah, but this is the thing. If you go to the financial district, how do you say Wall Street, Tribeca, any of those areas, 42nd Street, if you look good, Nari, the men they'll be there. They will approach, they'll say something. They'll put a card, they'll give you something. So I want to ask you, Nari, how are you showing up? I want you to do a little bit more. Also, are we going to the gym every day, Nari?
Realistically, no.
All right. So I want you to do that too, Miss Nari.
Okay, I will not again. So I'll try to work on that, going to the gym. And then where would you recommend me going? And what actually to stay on the gym question, as far as like sizing goes, like what are you recommending? Because my stomach is relatively flat.
Okay, but still, I still will want you, Nari, and I say this with love because I don't want you to think I'm attacking you. Okay. Still, if you lose 10 to 15 pounds, it will still make a difference.
Okay.
10 to 15, less carbs, cutting out the red meat, drinking more water. All right, less of the sushi and the chipotle, do more of the salads and soups.
Okay, I need to find protein in that. And then location wise, where would you recommend in New York to meet men of a higher caliber?
Nari, what I'm trying to tell you is that when you look good and you look put together, you won't even make it to the location. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I gave you that whole analogy. When you put yourself together, as you're going to the office, when you're leaving the office, the men in the office, as you're going to the sushi spot, this goes for all the ladies here. This is not just to you, Nari, because someone else needs to hear this. I want you to put yourself together so well that you can't even make it to your location, is what I'm trying to tell you, Nari. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. But I think you're already to answer your question, I think you're already in a great location. You're in a financial district. So any place in a financial district for lunch would be great, but I think you need to switch up your look. Now, a super chat. The first thing that ladies need to work on is their weight. I know y'all hate, you need to work on your weight. It's going to help with your self-esteem. It's going to help with your self-esteem drastically. Get to the gym. Get to the gym. It's going to open up your dating options. Get to the gym. I can't say it enough. And don't go into the gym because I see some of the girls. Y'all come in there real cute, hair done. You on the treadmill for 10 minutes. You do your little walk, looking right, look
Yo, I've never seen her before, but shout out to her, because we need more female content creators like this holding women accountable. Because let me tell you something, that is a very below average looking woman, and the best that she can do is work on her body. Because if she's working in an area where there are a lot of, well-to-do guys that is basically going to be all she can do. And I tell guys the same thing. You can only focus on the things that you can control, and try to be better at those things. But for her in particular, because she over here saying, where do I go, and yada yada yada, I'm like, ma'am, I would argue that the reason why you're not getting the results that you want is because you're really just not that attractive. And men, especially men that work in that area that she's referring to, they don't really care whether you're successful or not. I mean, at the end of the day, it's really going to come down to looks, and like Ashlane said, being approachable. Now, does she seem approachable? I don't know. It's kind of hard to read, but I would imagine that around that caliber of men, you're probably not their first option, and more than likely those kind of men are surrounded by women that are far more attractive than you constantly. So it's one of those things where she's gonna have to do what Shorty told her to do and work on herself, so that way she can get the better options. Because like she said, she was like, if you worked on yourself, you wouldn't even have to go to those particular places to look for that particular kind of man. But to be honest with you, she doesn't seem to have the best intentions, because she seems solely focused on where to go to get the men instead of doing the work so that way she can get the man that she wants. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but that's how it came off to me. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button, because that's with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.